I sat here pondering what shall I teach this week in video tips and tricks. And then it dawned on me. I'll teach you guys lighting tips for film noir. Hi, I'm Mark Absalon and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. In this video we're going to be discussing the lighting style for film noir. What is film noir? Film noir is a filmatic style that was brought over from Europe after World War II and applied to detective films like The Maltese Falcon. You've seen all these films and the lighting style is very unique in how they actually light. The style of lighting is shadow filled. The primary thing you need to remember when you're actually shooting with the film noir style is that these films were created black and white. They were created in the sense of showing that whether there is a protagonist and an antagonist, they still have a good and bad side within them. And they demonstrate this through the lighting techniques they used in these films in the 50s. Now you can absolutely see this being used in films nowadays too, like the upcoming Max Payne film and Sin City. In film noir, shadows are where the action is. You light only what you want your viewer to see because you're trying to convey this image of darkness and an upturned world. Now, how do you light in the film noir style? The first thing you need is a hard light that's focusable and extremely intense. I recommend using at least a 500 watt light, and you can do this with a work light if you know how to manipulate it and actually create that intense spotlight that you need for film noir lighting style. Because when lighting your film noir set, you want your blacks to be crisp and your whites to be very intense in black and white. When you're actually focusing your light, be sure to only light the parts that you want your audience to see, because the shadows that film noir style gives off is something you really want, because you're conveying a very dramatic and a very suspenseful emotion using the film noir style. If you do actually use something like house lights or something under 500 watts, you're going to have a problem and you're going to create lots of grays. That's the area you want to stay out of with the film noir style. You're trying to make, like I said, your blacks black and your whites intense. Grays and dull grays are the areas we want to stay out of. Other things that help using the film noir style are dramatic shots, like shots from high up, shots from down low. Another thing to take in consideration when you're shooting is to add silhouettes by placing the light behind the subject and just catching glimpses of the light around them. Now, another thing you can do too is add the addition of smoke, because smoke will actually help bring that film noir type imagery out so that it brings more drama. Casting shadows is another thing you need to do with the film noir type lighting setup. Like, let's say you have someone and they're running beside a building. Well, lighting the entire wall and having them as a dark, shadowy figure casting a shadow adds to that effect too. So it's something you might want to try out. Accentuate the eyes with your light to convey emotion, because these individuals are torn, they have vices, they have problems, and you're trying to show their emotion with the light and the shadow. Remember, when shooting film noir, the primary thing is shadows are your best friend. If you want to learn more about video production, go over to markabsalon.com and check out my training DVDs and my other whatnot I've got over there for you guys. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this edition of How to Light Film Noir Style, and I'm out of here. I've got to go hunt down some nasty criminals. Yeah, because I'm an emotional person. I'm conflicted. Yeah, that's it.